welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a little bit different than the typical vlog style video. I haven't done one of these in a very long time. I think since my first MS coming out telling my story video, I haven't done like a sit down video. I've done other MS related videos before, after my first initial let me tell my story, what happened, but nothing where sitting down in front of the camera like I did with my first video. So this will be kind of like an update Q&A on how am I now, and how I have been dealing with my diagnosis since when I got diagnosed, my treatments, planning pregnancies, and just overall health. So yeah, that is what is going to be today's video. It is, I think I'm going to title it Updated MS Q&A or MS Q&A Updated, I don't really know. It's gonna be on the realm of that. I've been wanting to do this video for a while. I just haven't gotten the chance to actually get ready and sit down and film this video. Jacob is home. He is actually out in the living room. I'm in my bedroom. Braylon is here. She's with Jacob in the living room, probably riding her cars around and around the island in the kitchen. Anyways, so I asked you guys on, well, it started with my infusion picture that I posted when I had my MS infusion. And I posted the picture and I got a lot of responses, so I just figured why not put up a post on my stories on Instagram. And if you don't follow me on there, I would highly suggest doing that. I will leave the link down below because that is where I update mostly all the time with how I'm feeling daily, different treatments that I'm going to do, or just everything that anything that is updated will be on my Instagram first. So I put up a little like questions box on my story, and I just told you guys that I am wanting to film a MS Q&A and to leave me all your questions in that box, and then I will film a video and answer them on my YouTube channel. So that is what I'm going to do. So if you're new around here, hi, my name is Kirstyn, and I was diagnosed with MS or multiple sclerosis in January 2018. I will also leave my first diagnosis video down below so you can catch up on how I got diagnosed, or what were my first symptoms, and I kind of want to make a video separate from that on what my first symptoms were, because they were pretty out of the ordinary. I was not your textbook MS patient. I had a very complicated case. So yeah, that's what I plan to do with more MS videos. I think that's going to be my next one, but this one, just going over the Q&A. So I was diagnosed in 2018. If I repeat myself over and over, I'm not doing that on purpose. That comes with the MS territory. I have really bad short-term memory loss. So like when I edit my videos, I catch myself almost all the time repeating myself, and it is so annoying. Not trying to, just, it happens. So I was 22 when I got diagnosed. I was 7 months postpartum, and I was going through a lot of stress of losing my grandfather, and that brought on symptoms which led me to my diagnosis. But in 2015 is when I had my first MS attack. I didn't really go into detail or much depth of that experience, but that is that was when I first had episodes, and yeah, that was pretty bad. So I knew something was wrong with me. I just didn't know if it was going to be like a fluke thing, one-time thing, and then never again, or, you know, if this was going to be a reoccurring thing that happened. So after 2015, I just kind of rolled with the punches. I got pregnant, I got married, we bought a house. Like, I just was living my life, not really thinking like something like that would happen again, or what happened in 2015 was, you know, gonna be something that I was gonna have to deal with for the rest of my life. So that's a little backstory of my MS diagnosis. So let's jump right into the questions. Hopefully I don't like elaborate too much and make this video like 40 minutes. So this person, Dylan, 27, asked, will MS make it difficult to get pregnant, and will it be a hard pregnancy if it does happen? So MS, from what I know, since I had my first MS attack in 2015, I then got pregnant pretty fast. It was like first try when I got pregnant with Braylon, and I mean, we were actively trying, but I wasn't obsessing over getting pregnant. It just happened, and I was very blessed, very thankful that it happened so fast for me, which I thought it wasn't, because my mom had fertility issues and she tried so hard to get pregnant with me, so I thought I was gonna, you know, have that same problem. So very blessed that I was able to get pregnant with Bray right away. So I am not sure if it will affect pregnancy number 2. So since I had my first attack in 2015, that would have meant that I had MS then, but didn't find out until later. So the MS was probably still, you know, was in my body, that I had no idea that that was that. So in my case, no, it didn't, you know, make it hard for me to get pregnant. And she also asked, will it be a hard pregnancy if it does? So yes, not a hard pregnancy, but you are considered high risk after you get pregnant, because you're not just, you know, a healthy human carrying a child. You are a human who has, you know, a disease inside of you. But they do say that pregnancy, while you're pregnant, if you have MS, it will put your disease in remission. And I will say that when I was pregnant with Braylon, I absolutely loved being pregnant. I felt amazing. I just loved it. I didn't have a hard pregnancy at all symptom-wise. As you know, being pregnant, you do. I never got sick. I would be nauseous, but I never actually vomited. I had that pregnancy glow when I was pregnant. I really enjoyed my pregnancy. So I am really hoping that it's gonna be the same for baby number 2. But when I was pregnant with Braylon, Braylon is my daughter, by the way, if you guys are new. She is going to be 3 in May, which I just cannot believe. She just makes me so happy. So when I was pregnant with Braylon, I went to a fertility specialist as my OB, because when my mom was trying to get pregnant, she went to a fertility specialist. That fertility specialist, you know, made it to where she could have a baby. That was me. and he delivered me. And so then when I was, you know, going to the doctor for my own personal needs, when I, you know, started going to the OB, he was the doctor I went to because I was a doctor. You know, you always go to like your family's doctor or whatever, because you don't know what kind of doctor you need or to have or whatever. So I went to him. Thank God I did, because it turned out, I guess when you're in a fertility specialist doctor's hands, they will do like blood panels and everything to test for things that can cause a miscarriage. And with me, something that spiked or something that was abnormal from like a regular pregnancy was my ANA count was high. It was abnormal. It wasn't in the normal range. So I had to be put on everyday blood thinning injections. So I think it's so where like my blood doesn't clot, and that can cause like a miscarriage. So, you know, normal people who get pregnant and then they end up having miscarriages, I think regular OBs want you to wait 3 miscarriages and then go and see like a specialist to see why you're miscarrying. So to be in, you know, the hands of a fertility specialist already, and for him to catch that like immediately, I probably wouldn't have Braylon right now. And I know that God's hands were totally in that from start to finish with Braylon. Because, you know, if I were to have miscarriage after miscarriage and then end up getting diagnosed with MS, you know what, I probably wouldn't, you know, try and have a baby. So I am so glad that I have her in our lives, and you know, then get diagnosed, so that way I have my baby, you know what I mean? Like I have my child that before everything, you know, spiraled out of control. So I definitely know that God's hands were watching over my, you know, conception, my pregnancy, my delivery. Like everything happened for a reason, and I believe that reason is because I was gonna get diagnosed. So I know I went a little deep on that question. My MS friend Kylie, I don't know how to spell her or say her last name, Kylie Xiao, yeah, I think. Are you worried your MS symptoms will get worse after having a second child? Now this is where it gets kind of dangerous. They say after you deliver your baby is when all hell breaks loose, because you know, after you deliver the baby and the placenta, all your like the hormones or whatever just gets like cut right there, and then you have to like, your body has to try to go back to its normal way before you were pregnant. So they say after you know, deliver the baby and you're postpartum, that is when relapses happen to patients with MS. And then that's, you know, what happened with me. I was 7 months postpartum when I, you know, started getting symptoms. So this time, and I wasn't on any medication. This time around, since I know what I'm dealing with, I know what disease I have, I now am taking, you know, precautions and taking care of my health with medication that, you know, helps your MS. And I am on every 6 month infusion called Ocrevus. I always say Ocrevus, but everyone else says Ocrevus, so I'm just gonna say Ocrevus. So I'm on Ocrevus, and I go into a facility center and they administer the drug through IV, and then you're good for 6 months, and then after that you go again. So With this drug, it is supposed to, I think it's supposed to prolong your next relapse, and then when you do relapse, it's not as bad. It won't be as bad as the debilitating one that I had when I first got diagnosed, because I wasn't on any precautionary medication. So my plan is, after getting, you know, pregnant and everything, so right now, let me just back up. So right now I am almost a month into my last infusion. So I have to wait, we want to wait 6 months. My old neurologist said you can wait 4 months and then start to try for baby number 2. But we want to wait 6 months just, you know, just in case, and then try. And then, you know, with, he's vacuuming. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But after, you know, being pregnant, you're not supposed to be on any medication while you're trying and while you're pregnant. So that will be the time that I won't have anything in me to protect me from getting an MS relapse. But the pregnancy is supposed to put your MS in remission. So I guess we will, you know, see again if that is true. And then right after I deliver the baby, I will get my infusion. That's kind of, yeah, that is the plan. I had a C-section with Braylon, and this baby will probably be C-section, and I want another C-section because I don't want my body to have to go through the stress that, you know, it goes through when you are trying to have a baby vaginally. Your body goes through tons and tons of stress when you're having a baby, and that is what triggers an MS attack, plus like all the hormones that you don't have, you stop producing or whatever, that gets cut. That also adds to, you know, having an MS relapse when you have multiple sclerosis. So that is my plan with baby number 2. This was one of the comments on the picture. It says, this is from Jenna MXO. Are you nervous about pregnancy with MS? Wishing you the best. Thank you. You know, now that I know what I have, I am nervous. I mean, who wouldn't be nervous getting pregnant when you have an autoimmune disease? You know, they have all these statistics online saying, oh, you'll be fine, pregnancy will go in remission, or your MS will go in remission when you get pregnant. And I can attest to that because, you know, that's how I felt when I was pregnant with Bray. But now that I know exactly what I'm dealing with, it is a little bit scary. And I just know that once I do get pregnant, all my doctors have to be on board. My MS doctor, my my OB doctor. Like, when you have you know, an autoimmune disease like MS or whatever the case may be, all of your doctors need to be on board with whatever you're doing with your health, so that way they can provide you with the best care they can. So I am nervous about, you know, carrying another baby and what will happen after. Like, that whole thing freaks me out, but I know I just can't think like that and think in a negative way. And I also know that I have the best team of doctors, and I'm in the best care possible, that if anything were to happen, I know that I would be very well taken care of with the doctors that I have. You know, when I first got diagnosed back in 2018, it was a little scary because I didn't have any team of doctors. I was all new to everything, and now that I am diagnosed and I have all these amazing doctors on my team, I can go into, you know, this second phase of my life with baby number 2, knowing that I'm going to be well taken care of. So that is that answer for that one. This one says, you got 2 more. How did you like Ocrevus? Notice any difference in symptoms? So when I first started Ocrevus, that was the #1 drug. I didn't, try anything else besides Ocrevus. Sorry. When I think the other question was something like that. Okay, no, this is this one. So when I was actually in the hospital, when I got diagnosed, I had my MS doctor come in and talk with me about treatments, and she said Ocrevus is brand new to the MS world. This just treats MS. It doesn't treat any other autoimmune disease. This is specifically made for MS patients, and it is the most aggressive medication on the market right now. And when she said that, and I was in the hospital laid up, I couldn't walk, I couldn't see, my face was, I was basically like paralyzed, like I couldn't move. I was like, give me whatever it takes so I can go back home and take care of my baby. Like, give me the strongest shit you have, because this is a nightmare. This is absolute hell. So that is how I got started on Ocrevus. The first dose of Ocrevus was given to me in the hospital. They come in 2 parts. So when you first get diagnosed, or when you first get your Ocrevus treatment, you will have 1 dose, and then 2 weeks later you will have the 2nd dose. They break it up in 2 parts because it's a new medication. They want to make sure that you're tolerating it well. So second dose was given to me at the facility that I now go to here in my hometown, and I tolerated it well, no reactions. They give you pre-medications beforehand just to offset reactions if and when it does happen. But at the time of my 2nd infusion, like the 2nd dose, I wasn't walking, I wasn't going to the bathroom on my own, I was having to be straight cathed, I wasn't talking well, like I was a baby. And that 2nd dose, a few days later, I started walking. Symptoms started to diminish, and I could not believe, I couldn't believe it, just how fast it worked in my body. So after that, I knew that this was the drug for me because of how bad my relapses were. I do not ever want to go back to that place. So tolerated it good, and I saw really, really good results with it. So you can talk to your doctor about what treatment plan is, works best for you. But in my opinion, if you don't have like the JC virus or anything like that, Ocrevus is a really, really good option. And then last question says, can you tell me how long after your infusion you can try and get pregnant? So my infusion, you have to wait, my neurologist said 4 months, but I just want to take more precaution and wait 6, and then that is supposed to be when it is out of your system, out of your body, and you are able to conceive and have a pregnancy. While you're pregnant, like I said, you're not supposed to be on anything. I think there is one medication out there that you can be on while pregnant, but I'm not really sure what that is. So that is all the questions. Thank you guys for sending those in so I can answer them in a video. Again, I want to do another MS video like this, explaining symptoms, what were my symptoms, and kind of go into that part of my diagnosis. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. It gave you a little bit of insight of where I am personally at with my MS journey and, you know, trying to conceive baby number 2 later this year. We are shooting for the end of summer to try. So I'm very, very excited for that, and I will take you guys along for the journey for every single little thing that happens. So I'm very excited for that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you guys are new. I will make more of these videos very soon, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in old conversations, cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken, cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.